So in this video, we are going to learn how to add students to ThriveCart Learn from Razorpay payment. Let's say you have created an online course using ThriveCart Learn and it is a paid course, so you are using Razorpay as a payment gateway to collect the payment for that course. Now you want that whenever a customer makes a payment on Razorpay, you have to add that same customer as a student for that course in ThriveCart Learn. So let me tell you, you can completely automate this process. So in this automation, whenever we are going to receive a new payment in Razorpay, automatically the customer who made the payment will be added as a student in the course in our ThriveCart Learn account. Now, if you want to know how you can set up this kind of automation, for that you just have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, this is my ThriveCart Learn account. And in ThriveCart Learn, I have created a course named as Basics of PHP. And I'm actually selling this course. So I have used a payment gateway called Razorpay, and using Razorpay, I have created a payment page. Now I want that whenever a customer enters their details and makes the payment using Razorpay for this particular course, I want to add that same customer automatically as a student in this course of my ThriveCart Learn account. Now to do this, we have to connect our Razorpay payment gateway with ThriveCart Learn. And we are going to use an automation and integration platform called Pabbly Connect to do so. So here you can see we are on Pabbly Connect's dashboard. And to reach this dashboard, you will get a free sign-up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. After coming to Pabbly Connect's dashboard, we have to create an automation workflow over here between Razorpay and ThriveCart. And to start with, just click on this Create Workflow button. Now here it is asking us to give this workflow a name. So I'll name it as Razorpay to ThriveCart Learn. Razorpay to ThriveCart Learn. You can basically give any name of your choice. And then just select the folder of your Pabbly Connect account in which you want to create the workflow and click on Create. Now as you click on Create, the workflow is open over here. And in this workflow, we can see two different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those two concepts, those two principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's start with our trigger window. Now the idea here is, first we have to connect our payment gateway. We are going to connect Razorpay with Pabbly Connect in the trigger step, so that whenever we are going to receive the payment on this payment page which we have created using Razorpay, whenever we are going to receive a payment for this PHP programming course, then automatically the details of that payment and the details of the customer who made the payment will be received inside Pabbly Connect. And this automation workflow will trigger, it will start. Then after that, using this Pabbly Connect automation, we are going to send the details of the customer who made the payment to ThriveCart. And in ThriveCart, we are going to add that same customer as a student for this particular course for which they have made the payment. So let's see how it is done. Starting from a trigger window, in Choose App, search for Razorpay. Just select it. After selecting Razorpay in Trigger Event from the drop-down, select the trigger event as Payment Captured. After selecting our trigger event, Pabbly Connect gave us a webhook URL. And using this webhook URL, we are going to connect our Razorpay account with Pabbly Connect and capture the new payment details. Now you must be thinking how we are going to add this webhook URL in Razorpay. So for that, you just have to follow the instructions given below over here. Just copy the webhook URL from here and go to the dashboard of your Razorpay account. After coming to the dashboard, from the left sidebar, go to Account and Settings. And under Account and Settings, here you can see this webhooks option. Just click on webhooks. Here you can see a list of all the webhook URLs which I have added in my Razorpay account. To add a new one, click on this Add New Webhook button, and then here in this pop-up box, just paste the webhook URL over here in this field. After pasting the webhook URL which we have copied from Pabbly Connect, we don't have to enter anything in secret and alert email. And at last, it is asking us active event. Now here in active event, we have to select the event as payment.captured. So here you can see in this help text, it is clearly mentioned that which particular active event we have to select, that is payment.captured. So from this drop down, we are going to select the same active event, payment.captured. And after pasting the webhook URL and selecting the active event, just click on create. Now, as we click on create, here you will see the webhook URL is now added in our Razorpay account. This means the event which we have selected. This means whenever a payment will be captured in our Razorpay account, automatically the details of that captured payment will be sent to this webhook URL, means to Pabbly Connect. And all the data sent to this webhook URL will be received inside our Pabbly Connect workflow. So here you can see it is showing us waiting for webhook response. This means Pabbly Connect is waiting to get some response, some details of a new payment being captured from Razorpay. So let's do it. I will just go to my payment page, and here you can see right now I'm in the test mode of my Razorpay account. And here I'm just going to make a test payment, a dummy payment. So I'll just enter the details of a dummy customer. For example, the name of the user, name of the customer is test user. This is the email address. Then after that, I'm just going to enter a dummy mobile number over here. Then after that, here you can see we have added a field of course, and here in front of course we have this drop down and we have the exact same course name which we are selling to the user. Now you must be thinking why we have added this field of course over here and why we are asking the user to select the only option from the drop down. We will see this in a couple of minutes. But right now we are just going to make a successful test payment. Just click on this pay button and then I'll be using the test card of Razorpay to make the payment. Just let me add an expiry. The name is test. And then this is the CVV. Let's click on pay. Let's enter the OTP and we are done. So just now we have made a successful payment on our Razorpay payment page. And because we have connected our Razorpay account with Pabbly Connect using this webhook URL, we will see the details of this exact same payment which we have just now made will be captured inside Pabbly Connect. And yes, here you can see within few seconds, we have received the response inside our Pabbly Connect workflow. And in this response, you will see the details of the exact same payment which we have made. So here you can see the same name of the person, same name of the customer test user. You can see the same mobile number and also the same email address. You can see the order ID. Then after that, we will scroll down further and here you can see the name of the same course which we have selected from the drop down. Then after that, you can see the details of the payment as well, like we have the customer email. Then again, we'll scroll down and you can see the amount of the payment. Now here you can see the amount of the payment is showing us as 50,000 rupees because while sending the data, Razorpay does not support the decimal value. So when it sends the details of a new payment to Pabbly Connect, it eliminates this decimal and that's why the amount is showing us as 50,000. So to get the correct amount, you can divide this whole response of amount by 100 to get the accurate amount over here. But because Razorpay doesn't support the decimal point while sending the data, that's why we can see this amount as 50,000. So here you can see the step 1 of setting up this automation is completed. We have successfully connected our Razorpay account with Pabbly Connect and received the details of the new payment which we were receiving. But here you can see we have added this field of course. Now using this connection, whenever we are going to receive any payment on our Razorpay account, the details of all the successful payment for all the payment pages will be received inside Pabbly Connect. So using this webhook URL, Razorpay is going to send the details of all the payments it is going to capture. But I want that only the payment which I am receiving on this particular payment page. Let's say I have different products and for different products or different courses, I have created different payment pages inside Razorpay. I only want to add the customer who are making the payment on this payment page for this particular PHP programming course. And I want to add only those customers as student in ThriveCart. For that, what we have to do, we have to add a filter condition. And we have basically added this field of course name or basically the product name in Razorpay for the same. So while sending the details of the captured payment, Razorpay does not send the detail of the payment page that from which payment page we are receiving the response or receiving the payment or for which particular product the payment is made. That's why we have added this field of course name. And in this way, we come to know that for which particular course or which particular product the customer is making the payment. If the customer is making payment for the same course which we are selling using ThriveCart, then in that case, we are going to add that customer as student in ThriveCart using this automation. So what we have to do, we are going to add a filter condition over here. And the filter condition will be on this response of payment entity node courses. So here what we are going to do, if we get the response as PHP programming course, if the customer has selected the same course which we have in ThriveCart while making the payment on the payment page, only in that case we are going to add that customer in our ThriveCart account. And to add the filter condition, we will just scroll down and come to this Actions tab. And then here in Choose App, select Filter over here. After selecting Filter by Pabbly in Action Event from the drop-down, select the action event as Filter Values and then click on Connect. After clicking on Connect, it is asking us to select the label. And here in this drop-down, you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from Razorpay. Out of all of these responses, we are going to select this label of Payment Entity Notes Course, the same field which we have given, which we have added for the course name. Just select it in the label, and here in filter type, it will be equals to, and the value will be the exact same value, exact same text which we have added on the payment page. So we have this exact same name of the course which we have added. We are going to add that same value over here. So in this way, we are adding a filter condition that if the customer is selecting the same course which we are selling on our ThriveCart Learn account, then in that case only, we are going to add that user, that customer as a student in ThriveCart. And after doing this, just click on Save and Send Test Request. Now when we click on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see the response is received. And in this response, you can see it is showing us that the condition is true. This means the customer has made the payment for our PHP programming course because they have selected that same course. We are receiving the payment for this PHP programming course payment page, and then we want to add that customer as a student in ThriveCart Learn. If we are receiving payment from some other payment pages, like here in my Razorpay account, I have multiple payment pages. If we are receiving the payment from some other payment pages, in that case, we are not going to get this response of PHP programming course. And in that case, we are not going to add those customers as student in ThriveCart Learn. Now, after adding this filter condition, let's move to the final step where we are going to add this customer as a student in ThriveCart Learn. For that, just click on this Add Action Step button over here. And then here in Choose App, search for ThriveCart Learn Plus. Just select it. After selecting ThriveCart Learn Plus in Action application, here in Action Event from the drop-down, select Create New Student. Then just click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here, we have to connect our ThriveCart Learn Plus account with Pabbly Connect. Now you must be thinking how we are going to connect our ThriveCart account with Pabbly Connect. So for that, we have to enter the API key. And to get the API key of your ThriveCart Learn account, just go to your account and from the right top corner, go to this profile section and from the drop down, go to settings. Under settings, you can see this option of API and webhooks. Just click on it, and under API and webhook, you can see this API keys. Click on view settings. Here you can see both the API keys which I have generated earlier in my ThriveCart Learn account. To create a new one, click on this Create API Key button, give this API key a name. So I'll name it as Razorpay, and then click on Create over here. Now as we enter the name, here you can see the API key is generated in my ThriveCart Learn account. Just copy the API key from here and then paste it over here. And after generating the API key from ThriveCart account, just click on Save. Now, as we click on Save, we will see our ThriveCart account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the email address. That what is the email address of the customer? What is the email address of the student to whom we want to add in our ThriveCart Learn account? So here in Razorpay, you can see while receiving the payment details, we have received the response of the email address of the customer who made the payment. So on the payment page, we have asked them their email address. And we have received the same email address in our Pabbly Connect workflow in the trigger step. So what we have to do, from this trigger response, we are going to map this response of customer email to this ThriveCart Learn action step. And the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field, and here in the drop down, you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from previous two steps. And from Razorpay responses, select the response of email and it will be mapped over here. In this way, whatever email address the customer is going to enter on our Razorpay payment page, the same email address will be received inside Pabbly Connect, and for the same email address, we are going to add the student using that same email address over here. So after that, after mapping this email address, what it is asking us the course ID. That it is most likely possible that in your ThriveCart Learn account, you might have created multiple courses. That in which particular course you want to add the student. So to get the course ID, what you have to do, you have to follow the instructions given below over here. Just go to the Learn section of your ThriveCart account, and here you can see all the courses. Now I want to add the student in this course named as Basics of PHP. To get the course ID, what we have to do, we have to open this course in edit mode. Just click on this edit button in front of it, and after that, this course will open in front of us in edit mode. And after opening the course in edit mode, here in the URL section, you can see after edit slash, this is the course ID. Just copy the course ID from here, from the URL section, and then paste it over here. So in this way, you can get the course ID of the course in which you want to add these users, you want to add these students. After entering the course ID, it is asking us for the name, that what is the name of the student. So we have received the name of the student from Razorpay as well. So here you can see we have received the response of the first name and last name. And we are going to use the same process of mapping once again. So what we are going to do, we will just click on this field of name, and from the drop down, we are going to select the response of first name and it will be mapped. Then after that, just add a space and select and map the response of last name as well. In this way, whatever name the customer is going to enter on the Razorpay payment page, with the same name, we are going to add them in ThriveCart. Then it is asking us tags and order ID. So if you want, you can add some tag to the student as well. Right now, I don't want to add any tag to the student, neither I have an order ID to which I want to associate this student with. That's why I'm keeping both of these fields blank, because both of these fields are not mandatory, are not required. So if you want, you can ignore these fields for now. Then after that, it is asking us purchase type, and in the drop down we have product, bump, upsell or downsell. So here in the drop down as well, we don't have a specific purchase type. That's why we are going to select none. And because we are selecting the purchase type as none, we are not going to enter any purchase ID. At last, it is asking us email notification, that whether we want to send the email notification for the course enrollment or not. So yes, we want to send the email notification. So from the drop down, we are selecting yes. And after selecting all of these options and mapping all the details, just click on save and send test request. Now when we click on save and send test request, here you can see we have received some response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the details of the student which we have mapped over here, basically the customer who made the payment on our Razorpay payment page, we have added that same customer as a student in the same course for which they made the payment in ThriveCart Learn. So let's check it. We'll go to a ThriveCart account and I'll just go to the student section over here. Let's go to my students. And yes, here you can see test user, the same customer, the same user who made the payment on Razorpay with the same email address. We have added that same person as a student in our ThriveCart Learn inside the same course. So here you can see if we click on view profile, you can see they have been assigned the same course for which they made the payment on Razorpay. This means the automation workflow which we have created using Pabbly Connect, this automation is working perfectly fine. Now after setting up this automation, let's test this automation workflow once. We are going to make another payment, another test payment on our Razorpay payment page. This time the name of the customer is dummy customer. And we are going to add the email address as dummy@pabblytudes.com. Then let me add a dummy phone number over here. And then let's select the course. Click on pay. Using the test card, once again, we are going to make a test payment. Let's enter the details of the test card. This is the expiry and the name of the customer or the card holder is dummy. This is the CVV and click on pay. So just now we are going to make another payment on our Razorpay payment page. So the payment is successfully done. So just now we have received a new payment from a customer on our Razorpay payment page. And as we receive this payment, we will see immediately within seconds, the same customer will be added as a student in our ThriveCart Learn course. So let's check it. We'll go to a ThriveCart account. We'll go to the student page. And yes, here you can see within seconds, the same customer, dummy customer who made the payment on Razorpay is now added into the same course on our ThriveCart Learn account. Here you can see the same name, the same email, and it has been added to the same course whose course ID we have added in our Pabbly Connect workflow. This means the automation workflow which we have created, this automation is working perfectly fine. So not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications with Pabbly Connect. And one more important thing, you will find the clone link of the same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone the same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this automation workflow for free.
If you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can email us at support@pabbly.com or post it on our forum over here. or you can write us in the comment box below too. If you want to check out the pricing of Pabbly Connect, you can visit this link. And if this video was helpful to you, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Pabbly. So this is it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.